How's it going, everyone? Today I want to talk about something that I have been trying to get rid of for the past 5 years. It's a liability. It's been a burden. It's very annoying. I can't stand it anymore. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I want to put some. I want you guys to kind of understand what's going on here. So here it is. 5 years ago, back in 2015, we purchased the Toyota Prius that we have. And the reason why we got it is because we used to have an Audi and we got in a car accident. So that was the only car we had at the time. And we needed a car really badly. Our daughter was born in April. We had the accident around August. So we couldn't just buy any car. We needed a reliable car. So we ended up going to Toyota. Our friend recommended the Prius because it's very good on, gas mileage and all that stuff. Very reliable car. And it has been up to today. So we ended up getting it, and in our heads we were doing the math of how much gas we were spending on the Audi and on repair costs every month, and compared to the amount of gas that we're going to put on the Prius plus the car payment, it made sense. It just did. A couple years after, the payment is still there. We're on a 5-year payment plan, including the taxes. Including the interest rate that builds up. You end up paying for the car for 6 years if you're doing the minimum, which is what we could afford for a long time. So on August 23rd of this year, it's going to be the 5th year. And now I've been getting fed up with the payment. It's the worst thing that can happen to me. I really don't like having the payment for a car, especially when it's $450 and then you pay another $200 for insurance. So it's just too much for me, and that's why it's a liability. Now, I understand that a lot of people like driving new cars. It's something nice to have. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is that it's a liability, and the reason why it's because it's taking money out of your pocket. It's not really it's like an asset where it brings in money into your pocket, unless you're renting it and you're making money out of it every month, which is not the case for us. So last month we looked at the numbers. We owed about 3 months ago we owed about $8,000 still on the car. So we did our regular payment, brought it down to $7,500, and that was 3 months ago. 2 months ago I made a payment of $3,500, so now we owe $4,000. And this month I'm gonna take the rest of the payment off our hands so that we can start saving money for what I really want to do. So the whole talk about this is just to let you guys understand that during those 5 years, what I was doing is I was working on my credit. So I worked my credit up to like 750, 755. I think that's where I'm at right now. So that's having good credit is a good thing, and your FICO score and all that stuff is a good thing, but it's really not that important. So where I'm at right now in this point, as far as having a business and having these liabilities, it's kind of keeping me pretty tight by the neck. So I'm kind of choking myself out here because I have too many. I had that debt. I had credit card debt. It wasn't nothing crazy. I paid it off last month, so we're good on that end. And then by the end of this month, we should be good on the car payment, so no more car payment. And that's just gonna free me up a lot of money that I can start investing to grow my company. And then once I start growing my company, in a sense that I can hire to get myself out of here, then I can start looking into real estate, which is what I really been wanting to do for a long time. So the whole talk about this is for you guys to understand that if you're gonna go out there and purchase something like a house, which is also a liability, or a car, put yourself on a 5-year payment plan, that's also a liability, then you're really digging a hole that's going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And that is the reason why a lot of people can't invest. They can't start a business. They can't do what they want to do in life because you want to have something nice now and you can't wait. You can't sacrifice to get it later. And, like I said, I feel like I made a mistake then. At the time, it made a lot of sense. Until then, the car has been reliable. We really like the car, but I wish that we never had it. I feel like those $455 that we do a month and that $200 of insurance would have helped the business along the way a lot better than it has been for the past 5 years by not having that little bit of income that I can invest. So, at the end of the day, in those 5 years, that was $28,000 that could have made this shop, be a lot bigger. We could have advertised way more. We could have had more equipment. There's just too many things. It could have gave me a chance to hire somebody earlier. Who knows? That at the end of the day, the possibilities are endless when you have that extra income in your pocket because you're not putting it somewhere else in somebody else's pocket. So the whole story, or the whole point of the story, is that if you're thinking about buying a house, even though you think you can afford it, I suggest that you don't. If you're going to buy a car, especially 0 miles, where they're going to put you on the payment plan for 5, 3 years, whatever the time is, I suggest that you don't do it. Unless you don't have any plans for yourself or your family where you're okay with the money that you make at work and you're happy with the lifestyle that you have and you don't really care to succeed in life, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you're okay with making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, maybe $500,000 a year, and you're comfortable, then by all means, keep doing what you're doing. But for those who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to succeed in life, who want to be financially stable, then I suggest that you don't do it, because that is a trap. That is a trap that you're not going to get away from. And it's just the game that you're going to play, and I suggest that you don't. So my plan with this business is to grow it to the point where it's automated, and it's ran sufficiently by itself, where I would have to be able to come in just once a week and check in to see if orders are being processed correctly, speak with the managers to see where we're at as far as like equipment and machines with breaking down or whatever the case may be. That's where I would like to get this business at. And it's been hard. These past 5 years, a lot of things happened. We had our first daughter. We had our second daughter a year ago. We had the car payments. We had it was too many things going on at once when you're trying to start a business and you have a family. So for a lot of you guys out there who are trying to start a business, I'm sure that you understand. And it's not simple. The odds when you have a family are definitely against you when you want to start on your own, especially not having any knowledge. I didn't go to college for this. I don't know much about accounting, which I should. I don't know much about business, and I have been learning for the past 5 years since we started this journey of screen printing, and it's definitely doable. Anybody can do it. There's no doubt about that. Even if the odds are against you, like they were against me when I started. We had our first daughter. I was married, and they tell you it's like 10 times harder when you're in that situation that I was in. So don't get discouraged. But what I will tell you is to not get yourself in those shoes that I got myself into, because 5 years later, we're still paying off this car, and we still are paying off a lot of insurance, and it's too much on your plate if you're gonna take the route of starting your own business. So just because you're making a little bit of money doesn't mean you're gonna go put it somewhere else where it's gonna become a liability. You want to put it back in your business so that it can start making you back money. and it started becoming asset. So at the end of the day, a lot of people, they have a hard time believing that I don't want to screen print anymore. And it's not that I don't love it. I like what I do every day. I like coming in. I like, creating art. I like printing on T-shirts. I like to talk to people. I like to see the satisfaction in their faces when they see, the final product come to life. I like the feedback. A lot of people give me a good response on the work that I do, my turnaround time, just the responsibility that I have, with the business that I own. And I really love everything about it. There's nothing that I don't like about it. I've been working, like I said yesterday, for like almost, what would it be, like 15 days in a row now, almost 20 days in a row, maybe longer. And I don't mind it. It's fine. I come in Saturdays, I come in Sundays. It's not a problem. But it's going to get to the point where obviously I'm not going to want to be in here every single day. I'm starting to learn about business. I'm looking into investing into real estate for a long time now, way before we did the wholesaling thing. And this is a whole side of the story that you guys probably didn't know. And like I said, a lot of you guys don't believe that I don't want to screen print anymore. Not in the sense that I want to let go of my business. It's just that I want to grow my business to the point where I can get myself out of here and start looking into investing elsewhere. So I want to start creating assets where I can get a house, pay it cash possibly, and start renting it. So every month I can start collecting that money and eventually get a duplex or something like that and just build my way up. It takes a long time. I do understand that. I have been very patient to get to that point. I wanted to get into real estate before I got into screen printing, as far as starting my own business. And I realized then that it takes money to make money. So I'm making money now, and I want to invest it. As you guys can tell, I don't really care for what I wear. I don't really care for what I drive. I really don't care much to where I live, as long as we're in a good neighborhood and the house, it's a nice house. But I'm not too concerned about that as far as having, like a 5-bedroom house with the pool or whatever the dream house sounds like to the average American. So that's not really my concern. My concern is to make money so that I can be able to invest that money. And that has been the goal since day one. I've never talked about it fully like today. And I want you guys to, if you guys have made it this far and listened to me talk, you guys are definitely interested in moving your life in a different direction. So if you take some of my advice, you're going to be doing really good. So just keep up with the channel. And as we grow, we're going to teach you guys, how we're doing what we're doing. But at the end of the day, you have to be very patient. It takes a lot of time to make money. It shouldn't take that much, if you had the knowledge. But in order to get knowledge, you have to go through the process, and the process takes time. So everybody that's successful in life, they didn't do it overnight. Although by the time you got to know them, they had already been working for 10 or 20 years on their craft. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So for me, it's been 5 years now. I have been screen printing for like 14 years. But on my own, doing business, it's been about 5. And it's been a journey. It's been a learning experience. Not only on the business side, but on the marriage side. So it's definitely not simple. You have to have somebody by your side that supports you at all times and understands that the end goal is for everybody, not just for yourself. So make sure that you have the right partner next to you when you go on your journey, on your business adventure, whatever it may be. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So think about it. If you guys have some questions, please feel free to comment below. I don't know much about business. I'm starting to look into it more and more. I don't care about school either. That's why I spend time on YouTube watching what I want to learn about. Before I let you guys go, here's another thing that's very important. For those who think that graduating or having a majors in college to do something that you're just going to owe a lot of money for and not end up doing it at the end of the day, that's also going to be a liability. So for those who are thinking of going to college and getting an education to be a doctor, for example, or a lawyer, or whatever you may choose your career to be, and you're not going to follow through with it, you're just going to put yourself in debt for no reason, and you're going to end up working for somebody else. You're going to be miserable. So if you're going to take the route of school, which I don't believe in, make sure that that is exactly what you want to do for a really long time, because it's very expensive and that debt does not go away. So think about that as well. Now, I'm not saying don't take accounting classes, don't take business advice classes. That's different. That's for entrepreneurs, where I feel like we actually know what we're looking for, and if we can't find it, we keep looking until we find it. And that's the difference between somebody that wants to go to college and have a 9 to 5 versus somebody that doesn't mind working 25 days in a row and looking for what they want in life. So subscribe to the channel. Please comment. Like I said, I don't know much, but I'm learning. It's only been 5 years. I'm going to say it again and again. I bought a screen printing shop. I'm giving it away to somebody out there. All I'm asking is for 10,000 subscribers. So once I get there, we're going to figure out how to do the giveaway. It's not simple to get to the point where I'm at. I ran into an opportunity and I was able to purchase a shop. It came with the dryer. It came with the 6-color manual press. And I'm going to throw in some extra stuff. You guys are going to get a flash. And, I'm giving somebody a chance to get a full screen printing business at no cost. So that was on me for you guys. And all I'm asking you is to subscribe. So once I get to the 10K, we're going to give it away. And that's going to be it. I've been talking for like 18 minutes now. So I feel like I'm boring myself to death over here. And I hope that you guys understood what I was talking about. So make sure you put your money where it's worth. You got to put your money in an investment that's going to give you money back. You don't want to put it in a place where it's going to take money out of your pocket. You want it coming into your pocket, not going out of your pocket. So thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next one.